Molly Miller reporting here. I'm joined by Emily Fortune Feimster, who is currently living in Los Angeles and is performing comedy at the prestigious comedy clubs such as the Groundlings and the Comedy Store. Emily is also a writer, entertainment writer actually, for syndication site Beck Smith. So Emily, can you tell us just a little bit about how you stay grounded and deal with the ups and downs of the business?
Yes, I have been doing this for about 6 years now, and you know, obviously it's a long process to become an overnight sensation, as they say, and so even though I've been doing it 6 years, I've only really had success per se in the last year. The manager ever wanted to get stage time to get into the Sunday company at the Groundlings, but if I could have given up at any point and never would have reached any of these goals, and that would have been really easy to do, to just be like, this isn't working out.
You know, being on Saturday Night Live, you actually got the opportunity just recently. They asked you to come on an audition.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that experience? I know it was a kind of an emotional roller coaster because one day you get a call, the next day you're in New York, and then the following day you have to be back in LA to do the comedy show.
Yeah, it was crazy.
For the Comedy Store. So can you tell us just a little bit about that whole
I sure can.
roller coaster of emotions?
The actual stage, and put my props down, my hands are like shaking, and I'm like, get it together.
Yeah.
And I turn around and I look over and there's like Lorne Michaels and Marcy Klein and Seth Meyers and all the writers and producers, and I'm like, oh my god. And then something just takes over and you just do it. So I did 5 minutes and made them laugh, and that was awesome because, you know, you always hear about what a tough crowd they are, and I ended with a Hooters waitress that I do.
Oh, yep.
I had layered my clothes so that I could end with the Hooters outfit on underneath my regular clothes, and so I look over and I have a pile of clothes on the floor at the end of my audition. I'm like, I'm just gonna pick up my dignity, and they're like laughing, and so I go off, and the producer comes and tells me I have a great audition, and I'm like, oh, awesome. It's because you do start to imagine what it would be like to live in New York and to be on the show like that, and your part of you is making plans even though you don't have it.
Yeah.
You know, there's that realistic part. It's like, well, you don't know, but then that other part's like, but you've heard great things.
Yeah.
So it was a roller coaster, and then you just wait for weeks, and then you start to see rumors on the internet about people being hired, and you're just like slowly dying inside. No.
Molly Miller, joined by Emily Fortune Feimster. If you want to know more about Emily, you can check her out on our website, www.emilyfeimster.com, or you can check her out at her next show. It's at the Comedy Store on October 13th at 9 p.m. So thanks.
Thanks, guys.